Have you ever felt the weight of life pressing down on you so heavily that no matter where you go, sadness clings to you like a shadow? Have you ever sought peace in faraway places, only to realize the turbulence lies within your own heart? Many believe that escape brings freedom, but in truth, it is only when we face our suffering that the door to liberation begins to open. Today, I invite you to listen to the story of a humble traveler, one who found the light of awakening through an unexpected encounter beneath the shade of a silent tree. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled among misty hills and lush green rice fields, lived a man as ordinary as any other. His hands were calloused from labor, but his heart was even more hardened from loss. Misfortunes had struck his life one after another. His parents perished in a flood, his wife passed away from illness, and his only son died on the battlefield. With nothing left to hold on to, he left his homeland, carrying only a simple cloth bag and a heart full of sorrow. He walked endlessly through villages, forests, and mountains, hoping that distance would ease his pain. But grief clung to him like a wet shirt he could never remove. Every face he met reminded him of his loved ones. Each sunrise brought only memories, not hope. His eyes, once bright like river water, were now clouded like a storm that had yet to pass. One day, after hours of walking under the scorching sun, he came upon an ancient tree beside a calm river. Beneath the cool shade sat an old monk in meditation. The monk's face was serene, his white hair glistening, and his half-closed eyes radiated a silent yet profound light, like a still lake hidden deep in the forest. The man stopped, hesitant yet longing for something. As if sensing his presence, the monk opened his eyes and gave a compassionate smile. Not a cheerful smile, but one full of understanding and depth. "You carry much suffering," the monk said gently, as if seeing through every fold of the man's soul. The man sat down, weary and almost collapsing. "I've lost everything. My family, my home, even the meaning of life. I've walked for so long, but the pain follows me like a shadow." The monk nodded slowly, like a leaf falling in the wind. "The world is full of suffering. But have you ever asked yourself, what is suffering truly?" The man replied softly, "It's the emptiness inside, the sleepless nights, the life with nothing left to hope for." The monk picked up a fallen leaf before him, raised it, and then let it float gently away in the wind. Suffering is like this leaf, born from conditions. It doesn't arise on its own, and it does not last forever. "But I can't escape it." The monk looked at him with great compassion. "Not because suffering is strong, but because you cling to the belief that things should have been different. You're holding on to the past like clutching a burning coal, wanting to keep it, yet it burns you." The man bowed his head. "I loved them. I don't want to let go." "Love is not wrong," the monk replied. "But when it's tied to the desire for permanence, it becomes a chain. Impermanence is not cruel. It's the nature of life. Everything is born and will pass away. When you let go, love returns to its purest form, compassion." The wind rustled through the leaves like a whisper of nature. They sat in silence for a while before the man softly asked, "So, what should I do?" The monk pointed to the river. "Look at the water. It doesn't cling. Learn to breathe, sit still, and observe your mind. Don't chase thoughts. Don't resist emotions. Simply see them for what they are, and let them float away like clouds in the sky." "But can I really do that?" "You don't need to do it perfectly. Just begin. Every mindful breath is a step toward liberation." For the first time in years, the man felt a flicker of light inside. The pain hadn't vanished, but it was no longer a shackle. It had become a lesson, a teacher. The monk stood up. "I must go, but you may stay. This tree welcomes anyone who is ready to be still." The man bowed in gratitude. "Who are you, master?" The monk smiled. his eyes shining like stars in the deep night. I am just someone who once sat long with his own suffering and learned to smile at it. Then he walked away, his steps light as drifting clouds. The man remained. He sat beneath the tree for many days, watching the river, listening to the wind, and following each breath. The sorrow didn't disappear immediately, but it gradually softened. The suffering didn't vanish. It transformed into understanding, and within that understanding, he found the first seeds of peace. When seen through mindfulness and compassion, suffering is no longer a wall. It becomes a door to awakening. The story of that lone traveler reminds us that the more we run from pain, the more it traps us. But when we dare to face it with a steady heart, the path to freedom begins to reveal itself. As the Buddha once taught, just as the lotus is born in water, grows in water, but rises above it untainted, so too can we be born in life, live in life, and yet rise above it. Which part of this story touched you the most? Have you ever gone through pain that later led to awakening? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more inspiring stories. Wishing you a peaceful day. See you in the next video.